Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies. I'm here today to do a Goodwill outlet haul. I've been going to estate sales a lot more because I feel like my Goodwills, I find a lot of textiles there, but I haven't been finding lots of books. And I don't find that many books at estate sales either, but at least at estate sales things are a little bit cheaper. Um, it kind of worries me that I can't find that many books. But I did find some today. But first, I like to show you what I found also in the book bins. But they're National Geographic magazines, but not the whole magazine. Someone had ripped out, it looks like all the like cool advertisements and stuff like that, which was great for me because it's better if I don't take home the whole magazine, you know? But this one, it looks like this is the same ad, but probably from two different National Geographic magazines. So I thought this was a really great find, especially because they just charged me for, like, I found some other kinds of loose papers in there. So they charged me all this as if it were one book, which at my Goodwill outlet, it's 75 cents a book. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my Goodwill outlet. I don't know where all the books went. I used to find lots of cool books and like lots of binders, like those cookbook binders, lots of old textbooks. Not sure what happened. I don't know if it's more in demand now, so people are sourcing it to sell. But yeah. Yeah, so you get the gist of it. Lots of cool bigger ads like these, but also lots of little ads too, like these. And it's a pretty thick stack. So that was awesome. And the other loose papers that I found, well, I found this pattern. I've been finding a ton of patterns, and this one is from 1973. So I've been finding a ton of patterns. I mean, I don't even know how many I have now. Probably like, I don't even want to know, but like, I'm looking at them right now. I have 1, 2, 3, like 5 little like bins of them, like bins that are like, you know, like that, like a shoebox size basically. So 5 bins of those, and I see them all over the place. So I started an Instagram where I am now first just posting all my vintage patterns, and then eventually I want to post other things like the magazines I find, things that I have a lot of, you know? So I'm gonna start doing that. I already started. My handle on Instagram is the same as my YouTube name, Lace Covered Skies. So check it out if you want to see all the patterns that I have. I'll try to link my Instagram in the description. So found that, and then I found other odds and ends. Whoa, sorry. Found this cool little pamphlet thing. I guess it's sponsored by an oil company, but it's for teachers, how to create bulletin boards. And inside, there's lots of illustrations with this type of coloring that they used to do back then. That makes everything so cool, in my opinion. But also some images. So I thought that was a really neat find. Then I found this theater arts magazine from 1948. I found a couple other magazines from 1948, but they weren't that great, so I didn't pick them up. But I thought this one was cool because of the cover. And that is old. And for being tossed around in the bins, this is not in bad shape. But just the sound of it is very old. So some ads. Yeah. And then I found file folders, which I always try to pick up. And these had the top little, I don't know what you call this, but I have a bunch of these and I'm trying to think of what I can do with them. But I thought these were cool, and they have like a graph inside, which makes it even better. So I got some of those in red and some in gray. Oh, actually the gray doesn't have this top little thing right here. The gray ones are just regular file folders, which are cool too. So got some of those. And then next, I'm gonna go over the books that I got. I got, again, the selection was not great, so I didn't find many for junk journals. I found a lot more for glue books. This one is all about hair and crazy hairdos and all that kind of stuff. The book's from 1994. Yep, 1994. So a lot of the beginning pages where it's like really older images, like that, those I could use in junk journals. And it is a glossy kind of paper, but I'll figure out how to make it look good. So lots of really old images in the beginning, like ads and images like this. And then near the back, so those definitely could be used in junk journals, but near the back, it's more like actresses and models and like more high fashion hairstyles and photographs, I would say. So for these, I really thought would look, I thought they would really look good in glue books. Like this one, this kind of crazy image right here. And then this one, it's from a Sports Illustrated magazine, 1964. But they're all done up and they're at the track. Like, that is so interesting. I love art like that. Yeah, like something like this would be so cool in a glue book. So I'm probably going to use those types of images in my glue books, which I want to start another one. This is also for a glue book. This was published in 1970. And I want to use this more for like surreal collages. So they are like, it is like what you would do for a glue book, but it's more surreal. And these types of retro space images would be perfect for those. And I have just another one of these old Universe books, not the same one, but I've been looking for more books like that. This was probably one of the cooler books that I found today. It's humongous. First thing I checked was to see if this had the picture on it, and it did, which is so beautiful. It's very big, so I don't know, the end papers are great. I don't know if I could use this for a junk journal because it's like a coffee table book size. So maybe glue book, but it's such a great image that I don't want to use it for a glue book. 1960. And I love this time period. I love the details of, I guess, of the Gilded Age. Even the fonts are all different and also over the top. I love that. I love over the top. Like, to me, less is not more. More is more. And every page pretty much has an illustration on it. So I tend to not buy lots of music papers or books because I have a lot. But because this had illustrations, it was like a double whammy kind of thing. Plus the cover was so cool. So super awesome. And then I found this one that I was kind of debating on. It's also really big. It's the First Lady's Cookbook. But I thought this would be good for a glue book. Because the cover is pretty cool. Love the end papers. And the images inside are not the greatest. But they're basically like food images. Like what you would find in a cookbook. See, I love these types. They made food really colorful back then. And even like the background that they would choose for their pictures. That'd be kind of cool. Like, you know, people always take pictures of food nowadays for their Instagram or whatever it is. That would be really cool to try to replicate these types of images where it's like retro looking. Okay, so those were the books. Oh, the last book I found was pretty cool. It's very old. It's this really intricate cover. St. Nicholas. So this, of course, would be good for a Christmas journal. And for being at how old it is, which the copyright date on here is 1897. That is insane. Like, that is old. But the images, there aren't that many. So I bought it more for the cover, but since it's so old, I was hoping that I could find some images I could scan, you know? But yeah. So got that. Oh, I did find a couple more books. Okay. So I found this one more because this book was around a lot when I was growing up. And the inside does have this picture on it, which I love books like that. This is part of a library closeout, it looks like. It does look like it was a library book, even though there's no... Oh, it's back here. So, pictures are really cool in here. I think this is published in the 60s. Okay. So, the original, I guess the pictures and stuff were from the 50s. But this edition is 98. Which I'm fine with because it's more nostalgic than anything else. And I just love books like that. But it's a nice petite size. And then I found this book, which is really cool because the cover's like that. And this one is also from a library. It has really cool images. And the copyright is 1955. But yeah, I think this would be really cool as a junk journal. I'm going to continue in part 2, so see you there. Bye.